Andrea, you look so beautiful.
Thank you,
That's my
sis.
sister. Father, you look so cheering as always.
Oh,
Just like
thank
your teeth
you.
just showing. Look beautiful. Okay, welcome to our podcast. And our podcast is about going through a divorce. And it's basically about a daily journey we go through, the emotions, the trauma that we went through, and just talking about what we go through on a daily basis when our emotions just go up, it goes down, and sometimes we might just feed our way into um, what happened during our marriage and what brought us to this point in our marriage for now us to be going through a divorce. So, okay, and so we're here and we're talking about the going through the process of our divorce, and it's really not what we're talking about how to prepare for our divorce. We're not talking about legal stuff. We're not the psychiatrist. We're not going to be your pastor. We're not going to be here trying to convert you. So um my name is Tina McDonald, and my host tonight is Andrea Hall and Latoya Jackson. Say hi, Andrea.
Hello, everyone.
Say hi, Battle. Latoya,
Hello.
Latoya is always smiling. She might be smiling for no reason, even when we serious. She gonna be smiling. She can't help herself. Okay, so just tonight we're gonna start off with talking with each other, and we're gonna be transparent as we can as possible. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Transparent, yes.
We're going to be as transparent as we can. We're going to be as clear as we can as what we speak. Please do not take this into consideration to say, well, this is what I should do because they do this. And that's not how we want it. So Andrea,
Yes,
I know you have been married to your ex-husband because he's now your ex-husband,
he sure is.
right?
Hallelujah.
Yes. It's done.
And Battle, you also are going through a divorce, and your marriage was how long?
5 years this year. No,
Okay,
5 years last year.
and Andrea, how long was your marriage?
Uh, I was married. I got married in 2001, and my divorce was final in 2016.
Okay, and I have been married going into 13 years now. Yeah, yeah, 13 years. Hmm. Okay, okay, so Andrea, we're gonna get into details as we go along.
Mhm.
So basically, what now that you have been divorced for about what 10 years?
Well,
And
I've been separated for about 10 years, but
Mhm.
I've been legally divorced for about 5 years.
5 years.
Mhm.
So would you say in the 5 years now that you legally divorced, how is it for you now? How is your emotions and your feelings towards um, your divorce, your ex-husband?
Well, my feelings are much better now. I could be more civil now. Earlier, I was not civil. I was like, I was very angry and I was very hurt, and I wanted him to hurt just as much as he hurt me. But now that the divorce is finalized and I've already moved on, I could like have a conversation with him. You know, I have forgiven him for all that he has done. So I can say truly that I'm in a good place in terms of him being my ex-husband. Like now I could look at him and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I saw in him in the first place. Jeez. I'm keeping it real. You say keep it real. I'm keeping it
Keep it
real.
real, Andrea. Keep it real.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So
So
um,
what is it like for you on a day-to-day basis now?
well, on a day-to-day basis now, I just basically am mommy and daddy to our three kids because I moved from I moved from Freeport in Freeport, Bahamas in 2013, and I lived in Turks and Caicos for about 5 years until 2018. And in 2018, I brought my kids over here to Canada. So now we've been here now for going on 3 years. We've been here. So it's been rough, but like I'm so used to doing things without him. So that part of it I don't miss at all because I've never had it. Even while we were together, I did not have that co-parenting. So that part of it I don't miss. But the fact of the matter is that like I was sharing with you, forgiven the man for being an unfaithful husband, but I've never forgiven him for being an unfaithful father. So now I'm at that crossroad where I just need to permanently let him go. No hope or nothing like that because I've been disappointed so many times, you know, by him and all of his promises and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get at the point where I just don't even think about him, you know, like,
Okay. So I can stop you right there. When you said to me that day that oh, it really blew my mind. I still think about it. As today, I was thinking about it. When you said that he now um, has to forgive him for being an unfaithful father, that blew my mind because even though I hear about a lot of marriages and a lot of people saying, "Oh, I forgive him for being an unfaithful husband. I forgive him for being an unfaithful husband." I have never heard that phrase right there. I can forgive him for being an unfaithful father. And that is so important because when they go and they step out on their marriage, they're not just stepping out on the wife, they're stepping out on the kids and
mhm,
on the home. And
mhm.
that right there, that's the first time I've ever heard that. And that I was like, wow, that truly is another level. And I was saying to myself, yeah, I will get there.
Oh, you can
I
get there.
oh yeah, I'm gonna get there, but I don't
Yeah.
know. But but seeing that after all these years, um you still go through some stuff, but then when you really, because I know you did a lot of fasting, you did a lot of praying, and you had to come with to one with God, and all of this just open up to you. You come to a place of there was something else there that did not close the gap truly for you to not have that feeling in you. Why at certain times you was getting upset with him when the kids had to ask or you had to go to him for something. And yeah, that's where the anger came in, and then that's how you with fasting and praying, and God revealed that to you. That was amazing. That is
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing.
Because truly, truly speaking, truly speaking, I'm still struggling with that issue. So it's not like I'm over it or that I have forgiven him. I'm still going through that process because it's hard. And to be honest with you, I don't even want to let go because I'm so mad at him. It's one thing for you to hurt me. I could get over that. That's all fine and good. But then when you messing with my kids, that's another story altogether. So
Mother
it's
bear.
it's sort of like really difficult for me. So I really have to like really let go and allow God to help me because I'm not ready. God, you know my heart. I'm not ready to let go.
Okay. Bado,
Yes.
I have known you for
Yeah.
quite some time,
My girl.
and we have not always been as close as me and my sister. And just me and my sister haven't always been close either. We found each other late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
did. We done had kids. We was living right under each other and didn't even know. And I always used to see her and I'd be like, if she say one word to me, because she used to look at me like she just used to stand there, she used to stare. And sometimes we would be coming from work at the same time. And I would see her just standing to her car, just looking at me. And I was like, I don't know who this woman is, but if she said one word to me, I was ready to go off. I was ready. And I remember asking my oldest son, I said, Tad, there's a woman downstairs, and every time I come home, she would be looking at me if I meet her, if I see her in the parking lot. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened that made us, I think it was my uncle. And he said something about it. And that's how I said, oh, that's my sister. Girl, because I was ready to get her. Shut up. So yeah. So knowing my sister um late, knowing my sister late, it took me a while for us to really connect. And then when we connect, she was in the midst of a lot, which and I wanted to go to the grave for this woman. And so when I met you, Bado, you was such a sweet person. I don't know. You was just laughing all the time for no reason. I don't know. But I can say that getting to know you and getting to know we was in the same setting, almost with, I wouldn't say initially with the same mind, but it's just like both of them are one. So this is Battle, and Battle, you have been married for not a long time, but you are currently in the process of starting your divorce now. Like you finally made a decision, like just a couple of weeks ago, to
Yes.
really just move in to saying, I'm done,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How is it now emotionally on a daily basis for you, or some days for you?
Emotionally, it's hard. Like being transparent, I just texted him yesterday and was like, "Hey, how are you?" Because it was football season and football is his thing. So, have I forgiven? I can say I've partially forgiven because this is the man that I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. We've been together since we were in our 20s. I'm 36 now. So, it's still surreal to believe like he put me in this big house and I'm here every night in this big king size bed by myself. Um, so I text the other day and I, just said, "Hey, how are you?" And he was like, "Well, I've been thinking about you." Well, I just wanted to say hey because I was thinking about you, but that's like it. Like I'm comfortable with being no. I'm comfortable with being. I said no. I'm comfortable with being sorry. This is real life. I'm comfortable with being his friend now because I've known for a long time that after I've forgiven and forgiven that he is not going to change, that he's missing some stuff. That with him not being able to reproduce caused a lot of friction in our life, with me having to lose weight, with a lot of components of that, him wanting to leave his legacy behind, as he states, that caused a lot of friction between us. And that's not the only reason why we're not together, but just being able to say, I forgive you, because I've known for a long time that, that this wasn't going to work, that I was here because I needed you. I did need you. I still need you currently because we had a plan. And because you've hurt me, and when the hurt comes back to you, men can't take it so well. It's a different feeling. They're not able to cope like women are. So emotionally, I'm a little bit better. It's getting better every day. I do have my moments where I think about him more, where I say we didn't have anything, like there was nothing there, but I've been with this man for 14 years, so there was something there. Just gradually we pulled apart from each other. We grew up and we grew apart instead of growing up and growing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So would you say texting him put you in a comfort zone to help alleviate some of that pain? Like if you feeling like a hurt or and you just want to text him just to hear something to say he still care.
um just from what I know about each other and how we feel about each other, he's whenever he texts me, I'm not gonna respond right away, but just like he doesn't. But when he sees my texts, it doesn't take 2 minutes for him to respond and say, "Hey." When I call, he picks up the phone and what do you need? Like, I'm here to be at your every beck and call. It's almost like we grew up because we were so young. We can be friends, but we just can't be together. Like, we've grown apart so much that we were friends first, and that's what has helped this process go so smoothly, because we were friends. We started off as friends and not just jumped into a relationship. We were friends first. So now we're back at that stage of being friends. But the trust has been broken, so much so that I forgive him, but he can't forgive me. So until he can find space in his heart to forgive me, until he can allow God to let him heal from the pain that he feels that I've caused him, we can just be friends. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm wholeheartedly okay with that, because I know that he can't give me physically what a husband is supposed to give a woman.
So you would say you're not truly ready to move on.
I'm not gonna say I'm not truly ready to move. I'm ready to move on. It's just gonna take some time. Like, I've been with him for 14 years. I'm not gonna get over him and
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that. Okay. So and do you all have kids together?
we don't have biological kids together, but he's helped raise our daughter since she was 3, and she's 17 now. So yes, so we have a child together. We do.
And that's my thing. Like um these fathers or these stepdads, when they come into the kids' life and they just move on. Like I was telling my sister, my kids, they were born, like he was there when they was born. They all grew up under the same roof underneath him. He was there. And then like after so many years, you just walk away. For me, that is really, I almost don't even care about my hurt no more. I just care about their hurt and their feelings. And you know, a lot of times kids hide their feelings. They like men. They hide their feelings. They don't always want to say how they feel or what they're going through. And that's what I'm learning with my kids. And if something is said or if they see me feeling a certain way, then they'll come and they'll say something to me. And that's how I engage in the conversation of how they're feeling and what they're going through. And they are going through a lot. They are truly hurt, but they're not going to come and tell that to me. And they're not going to go and tell that to him, right? I have been married, like I said, for 13 years. I was left with 3 kids. Um, so for me, I know I'm a strong person. I know I'm strong-minded, and I know if I put my mind to do something, I'm gonna do it. I feel like if it wasn't for if my kids were more grown and if my kids were not as young, I would have had 16 jobs. Maybe not 16, but I would have been working nonstop because I know what I want for them and I know what I want for us. But when you have that parent that actually leave the home, you are so torn between making sure that you there for your kids emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, and you got to pick up their heart. You got to find out what's going on with them. You got to find out what triggered them, why they feel in a certain type of way. And I have noticed that certain days they would have moments, and the moments would have nothing to do with me, but because I'm here, they lash out on me, and that's because they're thinking, "Where's my dad? There's my dad. What is he doing? Where is he at? Why he can't come home?" And I remember there was a discussion at the table one day when one of the kids asked, "When is dad coming home?" And the other one said, "Well, this is no longer his home.
Mm.
I'm only being transparent." And I was like, "Yeah, basically, no, it's not." I mean, he's like, "No, because home is where love, family, dad, mom lives, right?" I pull a lot of my now that my sister has Andrea has moved with her kids. I pull a lot of my strength from her because I feel like with her moving with her three kids, and I mean she has gone through so much, and we're going to get into, Andrea, what you went through with your marriage, because it was, oh, I have been through some of them, and I'm telling you, I think it's the reason why we kind of met up with each other. Um, so my thing is with battle. I mean, battle. My question to you is: at a time when you said y'all were young when you met, there was also a period when y'all wasn't together, and y'all and then y'all got reunited, and then y'all got married. And in that process, what did you get married because you wanted to fill that void that you felt like you couldn't move forward without him? Because you said you were young.
Yeah, when I met him, when I started that job, I was 23 when we met. So I was really young. I was really young and naive, and I didn't know any better. My mom wasn't married. My dad got married when I was really young, but I mean, he wasn't a complete part of my life. My grandmother on my mom's side is married. So I have some people in my family that I could, quote unquote, look up to as far as a marriage goes. No guidance whatsoever, other than the people I interacted with on a daily basis of coworkers. So with what we started with the friendship, this man coming in and sweeping me off my feet, exposing me to the world that I didn't know was out there. All I knew was struggle, work, and taking care of a young child with, as a single parent with her biological dad not being in the picture whatsoever. Um, just from that, like me pouring my all into this person and knowing like, oh, I mean, I'm strong-willed and I'm determined. So it was like, he's marrying me. This is gonna happen. So it did. Um, yeah, but she's on mute, so I don't know.
She ain't realize she on mute.
I don't think she does. But with that being said, yeah, I just was determined that like I didn't put
Okay.
all this work in for nothing. It's gonna happen either way. Do I regret it? Yes, because I didn't wait on God to send me the signals. When we got married, it was a true sign from God that it should not have happened. I even asked God the day of, like, really, the thunder, the lightning, the dark clouds above us,
Yeah,
behind
that was a black hole
behind
wedding.
us.
I don't know what kept you going, child.
I said, God, even on my wedding day, I told the wedding planner, I said, let him decide. And he said, let me decide. And I said, well, we going on with it. This was the plan. Unless it starts raining, it's gonna happen. It didn't start raining until we walked off the bottom from the top of the boat to the bottom is when it poured down rain. And it poured down raining on everybody else, just not on us. that goes to tell you something.
Yeah, that showers.
Listen to the
Yeah, you
signs.
didn't get God's blessing.
Listen to
That's
the
what it is.
signs because they'll
You
tell
didn't
you.
get God's blessing.
Mm.
No,
Uh,
not at all. Not at
oh,
all.
okay. And so Andrea, with you, well, how you feel when you said that there was a moment when you still feel like you haven't forgiven wholeheartedly. Um, do you think like do you still think about the past hurts and stuff like that that make you not want to to fully because I feel like you are so much further than I am or than we are. So and I don't expect for I have learned that this one thing I can say. Miles Monroe said that Dr. Miles Monroe said that marriage is like a death. I always wonder what that means. So it's like grieving. It's like grieving. So do you feel like a lot of times if you think too deep, you stir up that anger or
No, honey, not at all. Not about the man whatsoever. Like I said, okay, so in the process of forgiving him for being an unfaithful husband, I had to deal with myself and my issues first. You understand? I had to come to terms with myself. I had to learn how to accept myself for who I am. And I had to stop blaming myself for what had happened in our marriage. And I had to come to the terms that, he's the problem. He went out there and sleep with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 women.
Jesus.
Not Andrea.
make sure you delete. You you look you like a water glass. You sure transparent.
Overflowing over there.
This woman became so so Andrea. I mean, I like the space and now you seem so happy, but I know you do have your moments, and it has nothing to do
Yes.
with the
Yeah.
fact that you want to be with him. I do know that you do have
Right.
moments
So,
like you think about that maybe you could have been so much further with someone else, just being happy and content.
yeah, because my issue is with him now is that I think that he could be a better father. And that is my issue with him. When I see like I'm growing up 2 boys, 12 and 15, I have no clue how to raise boys because I'm a woman. That is not my job to teach my boys how to be a man. That is their father's job.
Mm,
So now it's like I cannot depend on him. I cannot depend on him for anything. And that's what is frustrating to me. Like
mm,
I'm supposed to depend on you. That is your responsibility for you to be a good father. So why can't I depend on you? And why does it feel like it's my fault if I can't depend on him when I should be able to depend on him?
right,
You
right,
understand? So that is
right.
my thing. That is the thing. And like Battle say, she realized that her husband is not going to change, so she forgave him. So I need to reach to that point where, listen, I don't know this dude ain't gonna change, so I just need to let it go and move on. So that's where I'm stuck in between because I need to let it go, and somehow I'm not ready to let it go because I'm still angry. So I want to hold on a little bit to that anger, which is not right.
You're not
So,
ready to let what go.
hmm?
What are you not ready to let go?
The anger, like the frustration that I feel, with him not being here for his kids and stuff like that. That's frustrating. I have to take these kids on all by myself. I have to do everything by myself, no breaks, no nothing, just 24/7 because raising kids, that's a 24-hour, 7 days a week job. That's why she's drinking her wine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I just had a drink. That's why I don't have mine. It is very frustrating for in my situation for him to come in at Taisha being 3 years old and acting as a father and him not having my husband not having the tools to know to be a man. That he stated to me, I don't know how to be a man. Like, I'm learning. We can. Nobody taught me how to be a woman. I'm learning this
Exactly.
as I go. It's not like I
Exactly.
didn't. There wasn't a book given. Nobody teaching me. I'm
Exactly.
learning from what I've seen people do.
Exactly.
My mom, my grandmother, and people, older people that I've been around. I'm
Mm-hmm.
learning from them what to and not to do, how to and not how to move. You came into
Mm-hmm.
her life at 3 years old, and you were acting as father until she got up in age, teenage years, when the clash and the breakdown came of communication between us. I'm a first time parent just like you are. We're learning together. So that
Yeah.
clash had I would say it's a 50-50 thing when it comes to our marriage. Like, because we couldn't communicate with parenting wise, and because I'm so strong headed and bold, and I'm gonna say, but I've been this way from the beginning, and all of a sudden I guess it wasn't registering to him that, like, you gonna have to step up a couple more notches to put me down to where I'm supposed to be in a woman's position. You haven't been a man this whole entire time. I've been playing both parts because I'm that
Yeah.
assertive person. So
Mm-hmm.
now you want to come in and play, and it's okay, but you're gonna have to take control. Like, you can't take a
Yeah.
little bit of control. You got to take full control. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this conversation, and we're gonna come to an agreement. But you didn't say that. You continue to let me. And now thinking about it, maybe I should have sat down and sat back, took a back seat. But if you're not gonna drive, then I got to take over the wheel.
Yep.
So, and that's what happened. I mean, and my daughter is, our daughter is suffering now. She didn't have her biological dad there. You're not there physically, emotionally, you're not there, financially, you are, but growing up as a woman, anyway, a black woman, not having, like, the one thing he says is, I want to be the first man you ever fall in love with. And a couple of, maybe a month ago, she said, she told him, they had a conversation in the kitchen. I was there. Like, I'm still waiting. How you want me to fall in love with you? And you keep hurting my mama. I'm still waiting to fall in love with you, and I haven't yet. She's
Yeah.
17 now. So, like, what guidance does she have other than a man is supposed to take care of you? That's not all a man is supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
it's hurting, but I mean, like you said, she's a girl, and I'm a woman. I'm still learning, so I'm trying to teach her as much as I know, and to say, like, don't ever depend on a man to do anything for
Yeah.
you. Like, go
Mm-hmm.
get it yourself. Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to find that self love. Like, she's gonna, like, we're working on getting her into counseling because she needed emotionally. Like, all these men keep coming into her life, not giving her, so
And
she's
leaving
searching for
them.
it somewhere else, and it is really hard. Like, she's going to the army, and I pray that it changes her direction of wanting or needing a man to where you can depend on you internally and physically and emotionally, and to reach out to a counselor or reach out to me and express to me how you really feel without wanting that attention and that craving from a man that some men aren't capable of giving.
Yeah, that's true.
It's reality.
So we we covered a lot. We covered a lot. We talk about a lot. And basically what I want to say to everyone is we are going to be saying a lot of stuff because we are going to be talking about a lot of different um, things in this podcast about our marriage and how our marriage get to this point and why we no longer are in a marriage. And we as women are going to talk about the way our marriage ended and why our marriage ended. We also going to talk about the fathers leaving the home. So I would invite other men and fathers that going through what we are going through. If your spouse has left the home, you can join in too. We're not bashing anyone. We're not putting anyone down. We are just talking about our life, what happened, what is transpiring on a day-to-day basis, and how we can feed from each other to help each other through emotions. Um, I felt like I felt like I went through the worst time ever in my whole life when I found out my marriage was about to end. And if it wasn't for my sister Andrea, I don't know. I don't know how I would have really gotten to the point where I am. Even with friends too, Battle, she was there. I remember just snorting on Battle one evening, like I was just ball crying, right? And so really it's
Yeah.
just the podcast really is about coming on here and you talking about your emotions, what happened to you this day, what caused it, what triggered it, and if it's something that happened that triggered it, you talk about that because that now would help you in your next relationship, in your next marriage, because you now know what these triggers are. You now know what you're looking at. Um, I would say how your marriage is going, and you could be able to catch it. My thing is, we all have emotional days. Like Andrea, who has been um, divorced for 5 years, but she still go through emotional days when some days she just, something will just she'll just think about something or um something will just happen and then she'll think, well, why he wasn't here to deal with this, because I should not have to be dealing this with this by myself. Like Battle, she reached out, and she reached out because I feel like in that moment, she just wanted to hear something from her husband, maybe to give us some kind of inkling that, okay, maybe this could work. Or maybe he would say something as to, if he said, yeah, I was thinking about you. Well, why you just didn't text? Just text and say, I'm thinking about you. Even with me, I know I was telling my sister, Andrea, the other day, I just had a ball of emotions in me. I don't know why, and I don't know what triggered it. I just don't know why I was feeling that way. And my emotions was so, I don't even know how to call them, but it almost was like an anxiety attack, but I did not go into an anxiety. I just know my stomach was really upset, but I know I was going through so much emotions. Like one minute I was happy, the next minute I was laying on the bed, I was crying. I didn't want to talk to no one. I did not go to work. I did not, it was just all these emotions. So in a marriage, when a marriage is going through um, a separation phase, you go through so much emotions. And just like Andrea said, she had to start blaming herself. I too had to come to that point where I had to start blaming myself. Like, was I ugly? Did I not have enough hair? Because as you can see, my hair is short. Was I too short? Was it because I'm a bohemian, I'm an island girl. Am I not too pretty? Did I not bring enough to the table? Did I not have the highest education? It's just so much you start to blame yourself for. Was I in shape? Did I, all these things you look to. But what I can say is we are not on here to bash. We are not on here to bash the person that even hurt the marriage or caused the marriage to fail.
Mhm.
We are just here to talk about what we go through when you are getting a divorce. I am getting a divorce. Andrea is getting a divorce. Battle is getting a divorce.
I've
Uh,
already gotten a divorce.
well, okay,
Andrea's
Andrea,
gotten her divorce.
yeah,
She's
Andrea already
free
got her
already.
divorce.
She's
Hmm.
almost free.
Andrea already got her divorce, and she is happy. She is content. I am starting my divorce process, and let me tell you, I don't know the beast ain't come out of one of us yet. One of us, the beast's gonna come out because we already know what's gonna happen. And so, anyone that comes in and they sit on here, we're not here to judge you. We're not here to say, well, why you didn't leave? Because everybody can
Yeah.
say, well, I should have do this and I would have done that.
Mhm.
But sweetie,
It's not
We
that
going
once
through it
easy.
is
get
totally
into
different.
it, you
Not that
can
easy.
walk
Nope.
away from this. Because I'm going to be honest, when Battle said I texted to today, I already know what me and her just went through a couple weeks ago. I'm like, text, why are you texting him? But hey,
That's
who
how
am I
she
to
do it.
judge?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to judge? I remember doing the same thing when I was going
Mm-hmm.
through. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to text. I just wanted to hear that comfort word to put the pain behind, to make me feel like I still exist to you, that you still
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge that I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Child, don't worry. They gonna miss it. Trust me.
I
They
know,
always
I
do.
know. It's a
They gonna
process.
miss
I know.
it.
Once it actually happens, because it's very fresh right
Mm-hmm.
now. Like you said, it's only
Mm-hmm.
weeks in the making. Like the ink ain't even on the paper yet. Like it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't even been a second draft done of what I'm asking for, and it's a
That's right.
procrastination. So only time. Like I mean, you don't have much time because that's the only thing you have that you don't get back.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
I'm just waiting, and I'm waiting patiently because I'm putting things in order for myself and for my child. And once that happens, then the ball will get rolling, and it'll continuously roll right now, and then we'll move forward. But
Yeah.
he's
Right.
being patient, and just as I'm being patient. I just need when that rock moves, I need him to be able to roll when I'm rolling.
Stay
And
still,
because
Lotto.
hmm?
Stay still.
Oh, okay, sorry. When the rock moves, I need him to move when I move, and that has been happening the whole entire marriage. So I just need it to continue to be a steady thing. Like again, the trust has been broken. So I
So
kind of don't
I
believe anything
feel,
he says.
so I
Huh?
feel like I feel like I know mine won't try to look back. And
Mm-hmm.
I pray to God he don't. I really do. I pray to God he don't. I really don't. Andrew, I know that's what you say. A lot of people said that. I remember a guy told me that. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
honey, you don't look like you have 4 kids, but when you do, he is gonna be upset and he's gonna come around. I was like, no, he's not. That's just how I feel because we all kind of know the people we were married to.
Listen, I never thought that either. You understand? But um my ex-husband, he's been like so much more nicer to me now than he has ever been. Like, I mean, before in the past, like when we first got together and when we first got married, like the first 3 months of our marriage, like he was nice or whatever. But after a while, like when you get so familiar, like sometimes they get really disrespectful. So like now he respect me more now than he did when we were married. And
Because you left. You left him.
yeah,
You stood up on your own 2 feet firmly, and you left. That's why he
exactly,
respects you now. Like she
exactly,
don't need me. She wants me, and that's the thing that needs to be portrayed. I don't need you. I want you to be a part of my life, but I don't need you.
exactly, exactly. And I don't
Yeah,
need him to be a part of my life. I just want him to be a part of his kid's life. But if
yeah,
he choose not to, hey, bye bye. See you later.
And it's
yeah.
okay because your kids know what you've gone through. Your kids seen it firsthand,
Yeah.
everything. And they might not
Mhm.
have the father figure now, but when they get older, they're gonna know what not to do, how not to treat a woman. It's
Exactly.
from what they've seen you go through. Like I would never
Exactly.
treat a woman like that, and I see my mama go through that. I see my
Exactly.
daddy treat my mom that way. They,
Exactly.
as much as you think you're not teaching them because you're a woman how to be a man, you are.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, I try to have a lot of open conversations with with my son. I remember one time my younger son said, um, he asked me if I still love his daddy, and I was like, yeah, I love him as a person. I said, but I don't love him with my heart the way a husband and wife should. I said, because he hurt your mother. And I said, he hurt all of us. And I told him, I said, and so I don't want you to feel like it's okay for you to be into someone's life and you get to the point where you feel like you have to do things to hurt them and you hiding it because you hiding is gonna cause that person to hurt more. Like how I was giving them an illustration, like when you warm bacon and you can't find the bacon and I have my bacon in my room, you get really mad and angry because now you don't have no bacon, but you got to go and look for the bacon. That's what it's like. So I want you to understand that when you with someone or when you decide you're going to be with someone, you want to sit down and always have conversations, and communication is the key.
The
It so
only
is. And you
Mhm.
know what I have noticed too, um, when men go through this, and I do have a few men that is going to come on here and they are going to talk. When
Nice.
men go through this, ladies, it is worse than I think our feelings, because men don't know how really to gauge their feelings, and be more open and express how they truly feeling when they're going through this situation, because they hurt really, really deeply, and they
Mhm.
don't know where to put that hurt. You know where they put that hurt? Hate to say it, but between another woman's leg. Where do we put our hurt? Our hurt on our shoulders. Put our hurt on our shoulders. We put our hurt on our backs. We put our hurt behind. We pick up our life and whatever happening, and we begin to move.
Mhm.
And as we move with all that weight, we get stronger.
Mhm.
We
Look at
become
it.
stronger because we know what we carrying, and we know that the kids, they're gonna leave one day, and they are going, and we're going to have to deal with all of that. But with men, they are different. So I do have a couple men that is going to come on here, and they're going to voice what they've been through, what they are going through, and just like how we feel and how we hurt. Thank you, ladies, for attending, and Battle and Andrea. I would love for y'all to come back, because we are going to get into, not right now, and we are going to get into what happened to bring our marriage to an end, right? What happened? Woo, let me tell you, it's chilling. My niece watched my podcast when I was doing a trial, and it's chilling. It's even chilling to me when I watch it because it's scary. So when we come back, we're gonna talk about what brought our marriage to this, and what our emotions, what emotions did we go through, and how was it for us daily, right? Daily. Andrea, I know you have a story that is so amazing.
Mm. Till
So
next time.
thank you, Battle.
Thank you for having me, Tina.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for taking your time out and sitting in. And apple juice, red wine, Jesus wine, it don't matter. Child, you're gonna need it.
Yes.
Peace out.
Bye.